Hi, everybody. Good morning. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a company called Shopx. We have an exciting concept and an idea to share with you. And as said in the introduction, we believe that it's part of the future of food distribution and retail distribution. It has to do with how we use technology to expand the reach and distribution of all kinds of retail products. Very quickly, in terms of an introduction, we are a company invested in by Mr. Nandan Nilekani, and we have people like Mr. Kini and Pramod on the board. I and Apurva are the co-founders. So, what's this concept all about, right? We started Shopx with the realization that what we call general trade retail is the vast majority of consumption in India. We have more than 12 million mom and pop shops all across the country. E-commerce is still fairly small. Modern trade has been stagnant or growing very slowly. And therefore, there's a realization that emerging economies like India are very different from US, Europe, or China. And we need a solution which is able to use technology to drive digitization of value chains and enable brands to reach out to consumers in a better fashion. Here is a simple way to understand what this concept is all about, right? Digital offline is a little bit like offering distribution as a service. So instead of having to set up your own distribution network, build your own sales team, assign distributors, do merchandising, all the complicated activities that happen in a general trade distribution setup, you are able to attach yourself to the Shopx platform or a technology-enabled platform which allows you to reach tens of thousands and lakhs of retailers very quickly without the complexity, cost, time to market, and the risk of establishing your own distribution platform. So sometimes we call it distribution in the cloud, right? And like I said, it enables scale, reach, efficiency. It's a very low-cost way of launching your brand across tens of thousands of retailers practically overnight. Sorry for the fonts, but these are the key benefits of the model that we are trying to execute: minimizing risk, maintaining brand reputation. It's more efficient overall to distribute through a digital value chain. So you reduce your overall cost to market and saves time. As a tech company, as a company with tech as a DNA, we utilize omni-channel ideas wherever we can. This includes ideas like loyalty program for your brands, right? You could run loyalty programs in a B2B fashion or a B2C fashion. So you run loyalty programs for 20,000 small merchants or retailers, right? You could have parcel tracking of how you are fulfilling the demand in all across your supply chain, right? So there's a lot of technology embedded throughout what we do. And here are some go-to-market opportunities, right? So FMCG C and D class outlets are typically underserviced, and it's harder to reach them. The cost of servicing them is higher. The Shopx model basically aggregates them into a platform that you can utilize to reach them. We're working with the likes of Metro, Walmart, Marico, Hindustan Lever, all the major FMCG companies in India. And some of the things we enable are, digital marketing, direct communication of schemes to retailers, sending samples to retailers in a highly segmented way, and so on. So once again, it allows you to get instant access to width of distribution, to offer your full range of products, to a wide base of retailers, and to manage communication with them and payments and cash collection through them, all through a packaged, shared infrastructure model. This is a small example of work we had done with Marico. I don't know if you have anybody from Marico here, but they had launched a new product called the Set Wet Deo, and we were instrumental in helping them take that product to market. And we launched it, I think, in 15 towns, in more than 1,000 retailers as a pilot. This is a display unit that we created for them. We did everything from visual merchandising to feet on street activities, BTL, and so on. And it was done as a service to Marico. And the same kind of ideas are available to anybody. This is a omni-channel aspect. So the title of this quick discussion is digital offline. This is the digital part of the digital offline. And what we have is that every retailer has an app that they check every day, a little bit like the Uber app with the taxi drivers. And they check that app 5, 10, 20 times a day, right? And what we can do is to conduct B2B campaigns which result in awareness with the retail community, right? You can highlight your offers and brands to tens of thousands of retailers in a targeted fashion. And the digital marketing is fairly sophisticated. You can carry out awareness, perception building, sales promotion, re-engagement, different strategic objectives, depending on whether you're launching a new brand, trying to grow a small brand, or increase the depth, or introduce a new product in an established brand. So depending on the strategic objective, the marketing and distribution tactics can be tailored. This is another example. So we are currently engaging with Myntra for lifestyle products. And this is a display unit that we will deploy for them in hundreds of towns, right? And it will carry the products and enable both secondary as well as tertiary sales, right down to consumers. In terms of what we offer, I mean, we already are present in more than 240 towns in South and West India, the red part that you see in the map. It's been adopted by, now it's more than 50,000 retailers across these. In a year's time, we plan to be in more than 1 lakh retailers. So this entire distribution network is now available to any brand who wants to distribute and market across the length and width of the country. We're doing about $50 million of annualized revenue today. These are some of the brands that are utilizing this omni-channel digital offline mechanism to go to market. So I think that's the key idea. I wanted to keep it short and simple for everybody. Once again, in summary, I think the best way to understand it is as a plug-and-play distribution platform. If you're trying to establish a new brand, grow a small brand, or do new product introduction, expand the width of distribution, it's a great model to get instant access to a wide variety of markets. We already have, if I were to give some examples of the kind of work we have done, strategic work done for the likes of Walmart, for Metro. We are actually marketing and distributing their range of private labels across tier 2 and tier 3 towns and cities. And what we can do for Marico and Metro and Myntra can be done for any brand. The typical entry budgets are really low. So you could run a pilot if you want in 5 towns, see the outcomes, scale it up to 30 towns later. You could do test marketing of a new concept with a select group of retailers. We offer customized packages where we could do localized PR, marketing, buzz creation activities to aid in the distribution. So I think it's a full service bouquet of services that you can pick from and customize to your needs. So that's it. Thanks for your attention. Any quick questions? I can probably take one or two. But yeah, please.
I just wanted to ask the details. How do the goods actually go from?
Can't hear you. Let's let the
Sorry.
announcement get. Yeah, sorry.
I just wanted to ask exactly in detail, how do goods from a manufacturer or a brand go from factory all the way down to the retailer?
Yeah, and sorry, your name and which brand are you associated with?
My name is Adil Khurakiwala. We are industrial bakery manufacturer. We do packaged cakes in West Bengal.
Okay. So what kind of products? Bakery products?
Yeah, packaged cakes.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure. Yeah, so the question is around supply chain, and so one of the things we have done is to establish a fully integrated supply chain. We can pick up products from 6 supply hubs today. We don't want to have one in Calcutta, but we have in Indore, Bombay, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and so on. And we manage the entire end-to-end supply chain. So we have dedicated trucking routes with GPS tracking. We can do quick fulfillment. One of the highlights of this omni-channel model is faster rotations, right? Rather than rotating 2 or 3, 4 times a month, we generally encourage up to 10 rotations a month. And that's enabled through a nimble supply chain. But we manage all of it, basically. Trucking, food, non-food, right down to delivery to the small merchants. The average delivery time from manufacturer to retailer is down to about 3 to 4 days now. So for a B2B supply chain, that's extremely efficient. Any other? Yeah. So basically, just to complete, we can pick up from a manufacturing, a CNF, or a super stockist, or your factory, and deliver it to 200 towns. Yeah.
First of all, a great presentation and
Thank
a very,
you.
very powerful thought. Around the example on set wet, question to you. I'm Saurabh from PepsiCo. How would a brand owner ever be sure that the outlets that you're talking about are the ones which we are not covering ourselves through our distributor, through maybe cash and carry, through wholesale? And we don't have a reach either direct or indirect. So what's the thought around that? How do we be sure that you're actually bringing in additional retailers?
Yeah, that's a great question. Sorry, what's your name again?
Saurabh from Pepsi.
So Saurabh's question is around what you might call channel conflict or incrementality, right? How do you ensure that this is reaching incremental outlets, not the same outlets which are already perhaps serviced by? And so the answer is that we work very closely with brands to define an operating plan, right? All our outlets are geo-tagged and identity tagged. The lat long is available. So we make sure that, so for example, with Marico, we defined the go-to-market norms. We actually stayed away from Class A outlets, which Marico obviously has a strong distribution network with over 5 lakh direct serviced outlets. We did not touch any of them. In fact, you would be interested in hearing that Dio as a product can actually sell not only in Kirana stores, but also in telecom stores, right? Who comes to a telecom store? It's generally men between 20 and 30 years of age for recharges, mobile phones. And Dio is a great product to pitch to them. And so half of the secondary sales of this product actually happened in non-FMCG, non-Kirana stores. But the short answer is we do a joint retailer mapping, and we have the data, pictures. We have an app that tracks which outlets the promotion was done in, and it's always incremental. We avoid any kind of conflict. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we are out of time, but I just wanted to say thanks again for your attention. We have a stall here, and people are available to talk to if anybody is interested in talking about about this more. Thank you very much. Thank you.